Before we begin, make sure to hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more fascinating stories from the world of rare and valuable coins. Each week, we uncover the hidden treasures that might just be lying quietly in your pocket, your drawer, or your old collection. Don't miss the next story that could change the way you look at small change forever. Now, let's step into a story that connects history, mystery, and unexpected fortune. A story that begins with a coin most people would overlook, the Thailand 1 Baht coin from 1996. At first glance, it's nothing remarkable. A small silver-colored coin, light in weight, with a smooth edge. The obverse side shows the portrait of King Bhumibol Adulyadej, one of the most respected monarchs in Thai history, and the reverse side features the famous Wat Phra Cave, the temple of the Emerald Buddha, one of Thailand's most sacred landmarks. For decades, this coin passed through the hands of millions, buying meals, paying fares, and resting in pockets across the country. But behind this simple piece of metal lies a story that has made collectors around the world turn their heads. You see, the 1996 1 Baht coin isn't just another piece of change. It represents a moment in Thailand's rich cultural and historical timeline. 1996 marked the golden jubilee of King Bhumibol's reign, 50 years on the throne. To honor that occasion, the Royal Thai Mint produced coins with special details, and among them, a small number were minted with rare characteristics that would later become the obsession of coin collectors everywhere. Now, here's where things get fascinating. When we talk about rare coins, we often imagine old European gold pieces or American silver dollars from the 1800s. But the modern age has its treasures too. Sometimes, a simple design difference, a minting flaw, or a commemorative edition can make a world of difference. And that's exactly what happened with this Thai coin. During the minting process in 1996, a limited batch of 1 Baht coins was struck using an experimental metal composition and slightly altered die design. These were not released into wide circulation. Some say they were intended for presentation sets. Others believe they were minted as test strikes. Whatever the truth, these few coins slipped quietly into the flow of everyday currency. No one noticed. No one cared. Until decades later, collectors began comparing details and realizing something extraordinary. What makes these rare coins different? The weight, for one, is slightly off from the standard issue. The finish is finer, with a more pronounced gleam. The king's portrait bears a subtly different texture, and on the reverse, the temple lines are sharper, almost as if the engraver gave it one last touch of perfection. These small differences might sound insignificant, but in the world of numismatics, they make all the difference between a coin worth 1 baht and one worth a fortune. Men who grew up in the 1960s and 70s might remember the feel of coins as something more than metal. They were symbols of value, of hard work, of saving and earning. Back then, coins had a story, and this story brings that feeling back. Imagine finding, in an old drawer, a piece of your travels to Thailand, or a coin picked up during a business trip in the 90s. Maybe you kept it as a souvenir, a token of a time long gone. What if that small coin is now worth more than you ever dreamed? Collectors worldwide have scoured their boxes, cases, and envelopes of old foreign change, hoping to spot this special coin. Some of them spend years attending auctions, reading mint records, chasing leads from Bangkok to London. And each time one of these 1,996 baht coins surfaces, it creates a storm of excitement. There are stories of collectors who found one purely by accident, tucked inside a forgotten pouch, resting among dozens of ordinary coins. They took a closer look, noticed the sharper details, and sent it off for verification. The result? A piece worth more than houses, more than cars, more than they could have imagined. Why do collectors value it so much? Because rarity in coins is like rarity in nature. It cannot be replicated, and once discovered, it holds a power that transcends metal. There are only a handful of known examples verified to match this rare 1996 minting. Museums have tried to acquire them. Private collectors have bid furiously, and the price has only gone one way, up. There's something poetic about that. A coin made for everyday use, designed to represent the unity and strength of a nation under a beloved king, now becomes a global symbol of value and reverence. It reminds us that true worth often hides in the most ordinary of places. Sometimes, what we think is small and forgettable carries a story big enough to echo across time. For men who lived through decades of change, who've seen currencies rise and fall, who've worked hard, built lives, and held on to memories, this story resonates. Because this coin, much like life, proves that value isn't always visible at first glance. It's earned, hidden, and sometimes rediscovered when you least expect it. Now, here's the moment you've been waiting for. You might be wondering just how valuable this tiny coin can be. Could something as small as a 1 baht piece truly change someone's life? The answer, my friends, will surprise you. One of these extremely rare 1996 Thailand 1 baht coins, authenticated, verified, and preserved in pristine condition, was recently valued at an astonishing $17 million. Yes, $17 million. A coin once worth just a fraction of a dollar now stands among the most valuable modern coins ever known. That number isn't just about money. It's about history, rarity, and the magic of discovery. It's about how something small can hold immense significance. How a story, once forgotten, can return to the world with thunderous impact. So, take a look at your collection. Dig through your old travel souvenirs, your childhood boxes, the coin jars sitting quietly on the shelf. You never know what might be hiding in plain sight. The next great discovery could be sitting right there, waiting for you to notice. Before we close, don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you love stories like this. Stories that remind us that history isn't just written in books, but in the coins, metals, and treasures we've held in our hands. Every coin tells a story, and sometimes that story is worth $17 million.